just going to start out with this little area here they're excavating. See, the fort goes all the way around. Just some areas out in the center here. It's an archaeological site, it says. So I guess they're like digging. See, there's some like foundations. They're all covered with dirt. Let's try over here. Yeah, this is some more foundations. Let's go around here to the sign. Maybe they'll tell us what it is. Let's see, the first one is the officers' quarters. And this one is also officers' quarters. I don't see where they're digging anything out in the middle there, really. You got this way and you got this way, and then apparently there were a row of buildings here. It's all the foundations are all that's left, and they're buried. Officers' quarters. So all of these buildings along this end apparently were officers' quarters. Yep, officers' quarters. Let's go up here and oops, oh, fall into the thing kind of thing here. Oh. Looks to me like they dug us out. It says this is excavations where they're doing archaeology, but it looks like they dug it out, and it's been a while after they dug it out, because look at all this shit growing in it. The shit started growing in it after they dug it out. So it looks to me like they dug that out maybe 10 years ago. You can see right down into that building there. Come on around, see what these are. Barracks for the regular men. Looks like they have one big room. 2 doors, 3 doors. There's a door there, here, and a lot of windows. The mess hall is over here. I see a brick, and that's about it. I haven't excavated it, but it's, well, there's some pieces of it over here. I can see some more brick, more bricks. You think if it was made of brick, it would still be standing. I don't know. More bricks. Just bricks everywhere. Bricks. barracks. These are probably all barracks. All the officers were in a line. They were all barracks, or officers' quarters. So I imagine these are all barracks all the way down through here. That's the way the Army does stuff. This is identical to the other one, but there's only 2 doors. The main foundation is stone and then adobe on top of that. Just kind of neat looking ruins. I can tell you right now, the Park Service has gone over these and put a layer of cement all over the tops of these to preserve them from any further damage from the weather. You can kind of see where they've done that. See the top where it's a little lighter. They put a little layer of stuff on there. Mess hall. Oh, okay. So this is also a mess hall. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it's a pretty big area. I just wonder what they put in the windows. I don't see how they could have glass. It's kind of irregular shaped to begin with. Maybe they had some wooden shutters they could slip in there somehow. I wonder what these are. They look like they've broken off, maybe. I don't know. They might have held tables. It's about the right height. Living quarters for one company of approximately 100 men consisted of 3 buildings, 2 barracks, combined mess hall, kitchen. By October 1860, 6 barracks were up and only 1 partially finished, and would remain this way for years. For the enlisted men, life at Fort Churchill was isolated and unpleasant. They lived in dirt-floored barracks furnished with crude beds and chairs. They ate a meager diet of beef, salt pork, bread, and coffee, performed manual labor for only $13 a month. Recreation was limited to fishing on the river, drinking whiskey, and playing cards at the post store at Buckland Station. Barracks. Just like the last one, 2 doors, 1 big room. I don't know if I'd want my barracks right by the mess hall. You'd smell the food cooking and be hungry. Now here's one that's pretty much gone. There was a barracks here, but here's the foundation. You can see where it was. I don't know where it goes. These things out in the desert, when they do this, they just disappear. I don't know where. Oh, there's bricks. See, that's what it is. They got bricks. You can kind of see how it's constructed there. Actually, it's with bricks, and then they put adobe over the bricks. So, mess hall, it's gone, and a barracks. I may walk up. There's another parking lot over here. I may just go back up to the truck now and move. And then Trina, who don't walk so good, would be close to these. She can get out and see these ones, other ones when we get down there. Let's see what we got down here. The ruins loop. Rattlesnakes. Give them in respect this is. Whoops. They should have told me that before I come down here. I entered a couple of the buildings. This is a nature trail. So I'm gonna go back up and then we'll go down the other side. So talking about the California Trail here, where the bike and trains used to go through, like that. And we're gonna go on around this circle. Okay, here's the ruins of the bakery where they made the bread. It's quite a ways from the mess hall though, isn't it? Wonder why they would put the bakery so far from the mess hall. It's not very big. Maybe this was the oven. It's just the oven. It looks like. I don't know, that might have been a structure. Doesn't really say. Huh. So the reason this one is out by itself is it's the powder magazine. In case something went wrong, you don't blow everybody up. And it has no windows. Probably only had the one door. I don't know why they got this thing walking all the way around it. Should be, yeah, I was gonna say, it should be just a solid wall. Because it's the powder magazine. Says this is the guardhouse. It's located in an isolated position on the south side of the grounds. Completed in 1861. The two front rooms served as an office and quarters for the guard. The cell block in the back contained 4 7-foot by 4-foot cells. They held deserters, drunkards, brawlers, thieves, and any criminal they come across, they threw him in there. This is the room that had the 4 jail cells. Trying to see if there's any. Looks like something there. There. Okay, so I've been 2 on each side. I see now. I see a line. 2 cells here. 2 cells here. Okay. So no known photograph exists of the fort when it was completed. So here's how it looked. This is an artist drew this picture of how the fort would have looked upon its completion. So these little tents, we're standing right about here looking at the parade ground where all the men are here. And if I turn around, this whole area here is where all the tents were. So, and the officers' quarters were dead ahead, and they were 2-story. I couldn't tell that from the ruins, but the officers, the enlisted men's buildings were 1-story. The officers' quarters, and there were 6 of them, were 2-story buildings. Or there's one up there you can still see. We're going to get to. Let me zoom in on it. Right there, you can see it was 2-story. That was one of the officers' quarters. The only one left standing. And this building looks interesting just because of the size of it. Let's go see what this is. hospital. That would explain it. It was distinctly L-shaped and included a kitchen, 3 small rooms, and a cellar. The exact number of patients in the hospital could accommodate is unknown, but it seems likely there were 20 or fewer at any one time. There was 1 post surgeon and 1 matron, and the nurse treated both soldiers and civilians. The surgeon was also responsible for sanitation on the post, including garbage and company kitchen inspections. Oh yes, it's L-shaped. Look at that. You can see all the different rooms. One big room here. Got one building out here outside of all the other buildings with windows all around. Now the last building that was out by itself was where they put all the gunpowder, but it had no windows. This thing's got okay. This must be like, were they washed out maybe? I don't know. I have to go up here and see. So this is the laundress's quarters. There's only women on the base. They allowed about 4 laundresses. There's 4 rooms here that they put laundresses in, and they did the laundry and some stuff like that. And it said they were given room and board, and then the enlisted men actually paid women to do their laundry. And it said sometimes these laundresses were just wives of some of the enlisted men, and they worked back here. And let's see, this is the substance storehouse. Basically a supply house. Substance, I imagine food. They kept food here in this building. Quartermaster storehouse. I guess that would be where they store the weapons, the rifles and guns and things, I believe. That's what the quartermaster would be responsible for. I just wondered if the slots in the walls held boards for a floor. I don't know. I don't know what them are. You got them all the way around. Well, storehouses. So they were situated near the commanding officer's quarters, within view of the guardhouse to discourage thievery. They were built with 20-inch thick adobe walls, including a finished office and large unfinished storeroom. They stored food and other equipment from these storehouses. Commander's office. He had lots of windows so you can keep an eye on the place, didn't he? Shoot it down. And like I said, these are on that same road that we started off with, officers' quarters. But these are still standing. So let's take a quick look, and then we're going to head out to, I forget what it's called, something station. There's one little more part of the park that's out by itself. We got to drive to it. They lived in, officers and their families lived in 6 1.5-story buildings made of adobe walls, wide porches, sheltered 3 sides of each building, and attached to the back was a woodshed and a privy, a bathroom. No trampling through the through the weather for these officers. The first floor contained a parlor, 2 bedrooms, a dining room, and kitchen with a cellar. Life at this post was far more pleasant than other more isolated outposts. And officers, if you were an officer, they considered this a luxury assignment. If you're an enlisted man, this was considered a shithole assignment. The sign down there said the officer said, or the enlisted man said this was a shithole place to be. And the sign here says officers and their families had it cushy. And look at the size. It's actually a big building. When you see the part that's still standing. I wonder where the stairwell was. I bet that looks like a doorway. There was, see the door here to the left, so the stairway would have been on the right. Okay, and it would have went up and in. And when I said 1.5 stories, the top floor was short. Back in the day, if a house had a second floor, it was only about 4 foot tall rooms, because you just stooped over, went in there and crawled into your bed. The bedrooms were for sleeping. You weren't in there any other time. Kind of just like our tag camper. We only get in it to go to sleep. Otherwise, we're sitting outside. You can see there was a second floor story up there. Back door. You see a little bit of the wood, a little tiny bit of wood, a little bit of wood up here in the top too. Haven't seen much wood. Wood's all gone. Yeah, see a little window there that had a basement. I didn't see the basement in the other one. Well, the basement's filled in. They haven't excavated it. So apparently that was the basement. There was a window. That's where the second floor was, where the line of boards was. You can see that. See how much shorter that is? And it was just bedrooms. There was a bus there. Where'd they go? And that's it. We're going to go to this outlying something station. I forget what it's called. I'll look down here. And that'll be next. So there's one more part of the park out this road about 0.6 miles. It's called Buckland Station. We're going to go out and see that. But on the way, you go by the picnic area for the fort. And it's a nice little picnic area. It's not very big. And I see like 4 tables. I see a water fountain. And I see some restrooms. And but it's not a packed place, so I think this is probably adequate. Unless you got more than that number in your group, like you got a bus. You could probably put a busload of people here. Anyway, let's see if there's actually water here. Oh, there is. It's good water. Don't taste funky or nothing. I found some petrified shit at the old original outhouse. Here.
Get it out of here. I don't want it. Get it out of here.
What are them things? That looks like a pigeon. Or a dove or
quail. I don't know.
Fort Churchill campground, creek tour, tables, cooking grills. Yeah, there's Space Fire Park. Not too many people here.
you so we're gonna go walk up the hill.
Looks like they got Western really soft and outhouses. Quite a few people staying over that direction. Flag. Trump guy. You gotta be a Trump guy to fly a flag.
No, but most of them won't. Some Trump hugged that American flag. Nope, all flying flags, one up.
We're traffic control.
Where is that Buckland station? I can't find it.
Where's what?
Oh, the state at the offices?
No, the Buckland station, the little place that's about...
Oh. You have to go out of this part onto the main highway.
Main highway.
Then go right, and it's right there on your left.
Okay. All right, that's the only thing I found.
You'll get there.
All right. Thank you. And they do have a dump station. That lady just took it up.
Want to pause this right here? You can read the story of Pony Bob. He was a real badass as far as the Pony Express guys was. He was like the best.
So I guess Samuel Buckland was a pioneer, and this is his home. That's what Buckland Station is. And following his death in 1884, the house passed through a series of owners, slowly decayed, and in 1995 it was purchased by the state parks and took into the Port Garland or Port Churchill State Park. So let's see if you can go inside this thing. Sorry, we're closed. Please come again. Yep, it's all locked up. Well, nothing to see here then. Doing a little gardening. So this is a picnic area right across from the station here. There's some picnic tables over yonder, but there's some neat stuff out here from the farm. So we're gonna walk around a little bit. There's a bunch of farm equipment out here. Old farm equipment. All laying around, old tractor, look at that. Engine. It's another kind of engine. Structure unsafe. Stay out. Okay. It looks like it's having some problems. See that bird fly right through that window? Got some stuff hanging on the wall in there. Please view from this side of the fence. Unsafe structures. And it looks like it's been took over by the birds. Look at this big tree. That's a big tree. We're gonna see some bigger trees later. A couple days we're gonna move across the state and see some big trees. Here's one that's still safe because it's made of stone. Doesn't say what this is. I don't know.